Welcome back to the series How to Fly a Glider. In episode 3, we're going to take a look at the controls. I will now start the slide. I will turn off the radio. Now we're going to take a look at all the basic controls. You got the elevator, which if you pull back, moves the nose up. And if you pull it down, moves the nose down. Then you got the ailerons, which are the control surfaces which are on the wing, which moves the aircraft in roll. As you can see here, without some rudder, it looks really sluggish. Now we also got the rudder, which is yaw, which you can move the aircraft's nose in the yaw axis. Now, for gliders to do turns, it's really important to first look that no plane is there, and then if I would try to just fly with the rudder, as you can see in the yaw string, the whole thing looks really sluggish. You can also hear all the slipping noise, and this would be really energy intensive if I would fly like that. And also, if you only fly with the rudder, it sounds a little bit better, and it's also like a bit more efficient, but as you can see, you need to use both aileron and rudder to do proper turns. There's an exercise which you can do, which in Germany in my fly school is like the first thing that you will learn in your first flights. It's called Rollübung in German. It's like turn exercise, and like the exercise you fixate on a point in distance. As you can see the mountain there, I'm pointing off and I'm flying towards. And then you will need some speed. You trim out the aircraft for maybe 110, and then you will do some roll inputs, and your aim is to keep the nose pointed in the direction and keep the yaw string also kind of in the middle, as you can see here. For ASK21, it's like pretty easy. You just need to fully deflect both rudder and aileron, and you will get some pretty clean roll exercises, but it takes some time to getting used to that. I will now show you the trim. The trim is that you don't have to always be putting on some force on the sticks. I now put the trim fully back and don't move the stick, and as you can see, the plane now nearly stalls. And if I pull the trim fully forward and don't use the stick, you will see I will trim out the aircraft at about 200, maybe a little bit less, because in Condor the ASK21 is pretty light without a backseat pilot. Now 130 is the trim range. It's like 60 to 130. It's really important that you have a dedicated trim axis in Condor, that you can use the trim, because it's like a really important thing to do in a real glider, because then you don't have to use force on the stick, and it's much more pleasant to circle and to fly. Now we got that. I will now show you what the air brakes does. I will turn the radio a little bit on. You can see now we got 90 kilometers per hour and minus 1 meter per second. And if I pull out the air brakes, you will see we are down to 4 meters per second, still at 90 kilometers per hour. You can significantly destroy the polar of the glide and the glide distance, and regulate it with the speed brake, which is also an important thing that you try out in the air, how it performs and how it influences the glider. When you pull the speed brakes out, the stall speed is a little bit higher, but we're gonna take a look at this in this stall episode. Now we're gonna take a look at how to circle and how to do turns, as we have done it in the turn exercise. For starting a turn, you will give an input with both rudder and aileron, and you will look into the direction that you turn, and then you need to pull a bit on the stick that the speed doesn't go up, and then you will just fly this turn. And also a good exercise here is to fly 8s at the constant speed. Now we have 90, and as you can see I'm not holding the speed perfectly, but it's okay. You can do some turn changes and get used to the feel of the glide and how to keep the yaw string in the middle. This is much easier if you have rudder pedals in Condor, but it also able with like a twist stick. I think that was it for the third episode, how to do turns and how the controls work. And I will see you hopefully in the fourth episode, where we're gonna take a look at the stall procedures in the SK21, but this time I will also do a discus. We won't spin it this episode, but we're gonna take a look at how you stall the aircraft and how to recover it. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.